Shalom, shalom. What's going on out there, man? How y'all been? How y'all been feeling? Hope y'all blessed. Hope the Most High Yah has been moving spectacular in y'all lives, man. Yeah, we all know it's wartime. It's battle season. Um, as I always say, I move when the spirit tell me to move. I think I don't owe the rights to this music. It's my man Eshawn Burgundy, man. Lost Sheep. Maybe I ain't heard it, man. Go listen to it. But like I said, I don't come. I come as a fool trying to be a wise man, trying to understand. So don't let the name fool you. I'm striving to be wise. Just as I'm striving to be holy. We in a time frame where being yourself is really no more acceptable. It's either you get with the program or the program gonna reject you, right? But like I said, I think I'm gonna title this one, man. You better stand for something or you gonna fall for everything and anything at this moment, because it's like they throwing so much things at us, and those who are woke, those are moving in the spirit of Yah, we see, we understand, but understand that, yeah, the other side see just as well. Um, I was reading Obadiah, Obadiah only got one chapter in the book, and just the way he was explaining about that which was going to occur to Esau. And I've been saying this for the longest. That's why I've been putting it out there. Like I said, this is Jacob versus Esau, man. It was already prophesied that two nations would be warring with each other. And understand that you got to take the physicality out of the situation, man. This is more on the spiritual aspect. Because, like, Yah called Israel, he used to call him Jacob, right? He had to change Jacob into Israel for the simple fact Jacob was a deceiver. God ain't rocking with no deceivers. That's what his name stood for. But if you think about the thing that he did to get what he got, he did it deceitfully. Not only with his brother, but also with his uncle Laban. He did some things. But, that uncle Laban, he was a deceiver too. He was mischief too. So, like he tell us, man, we move wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, right? So we have to study to show ourselves approved. He say renew the mind. Renew. Meaning everything about you have to be new. Like he said, he can't put old wineskin in old or new wine in the old wineskin. Basically, how can he pour his spirit upon you if you still sitting here taking the bait? If you still sitting here in the trance? If you still sitting here rocking with the enemy and you don't even realize it? Like you said, it will be even easy for the elect to be deceived in these times. And once you recognize the beast and the beast recognize you, understand it ain't no going back. Understand that this is war. This is what you got to stand on. You stand on your principles and your morals, all the agents, all the things he going to send your way, man. He going to send the whole house. If it's a mansion, he going to send it. But understand who you rocking with, man. You with Yah. He has a plan for you. He has a purpose for you, I know a lot of us, even including myself, man, it ain't easy to hop out of a shell when you've been such a loner half your life, when you've been that person who always just, I'm on the flyby. Let me do what I do, stick and move, Then he like, nah, let me rattle that up. That ain't what I got for you. You too comfortable, And when we get into that comfortable state, that's when he got to rattle the cage. Think about the children of Israel when they was in Egypt. See, the first Pharaoh was cool with Joseph. So the family got to come in, got to live comfortably, whoop de whoop. But like y'all said, I got a land for you. I got a destiny for you. Now, if we get comfortable in our position in life, then we will never come and rise to the destiny that he has for us. And understand, man, you understand, it's a lot of Esau, Edomites, there's a lot of Luciferian, Satan worshipers, a lot of them moving right now. You know, they made their decision. They following their father. What did Yahshua say to the Pharisees? You are of your father, you viperous nation. You are of your father, deceitful, lying nation. Man, and the thing is, for those who are waking and they know who they are in this Israelite culture, you know, we understand that our culture has been stolen. We understand that the lies has been told, and we understand that the things that they doing to keep us docile, and those who waking up, oh, they trying to beat you back to sleep. But see, you gotta understand, man, the Most High Yah waking you up for a reason and for a purpose. He needs you to move on his behalf. You know, he could do it if he choose to, but he created us for a purpose. When you create something, you create it for a reason. You created to do something. You know, we can go off the Darwin theory again. Understand who taught us. Understand who gave us this knowledge. Understand who gave us this logic about the Big Bang and evolution. It was the Edomites. It was Esau. And as I go back to what I say, Jacob and Esau. When Esau came to his brother for that porridge, understand he had just slayed Nimrod. Nimrod had already made a covenant. See, I'm going to get a little deeper, child. He had already made a covenant with Satan. You feel me? That's why he was trying to create the Tower of Babel. He was trying to go to war with the Almighty Yah, right? Now, my understanding is that a lot of things we don't really get. That's why they say, be careful who you accept things from. Be careful what you accept, artifacts, objects, because these things hold spiritual weight, right? So when Esau decapitated Nimrod and he took his cape and he took his crown, he was passed down the covenant that Esau that Nimrod made with Lucifer, right? So that's why Esau didn't really care about his inheritance. Why you think God said, Jacob I love, Esau I hate? Esau turned over his heritage and gave it up for something he thought was better. As we all do. We give up our walk with Yah because we think the things of this world is way better than that. The desires and the pleasures are way better than that, right? But like I said again, you gonna stand on all 10s on this and be about this. If you playing games, go ahead, get deep behind and go ahead and move with Satan. You feel me? Move with his wrecking crew that he got moving, man. His agents that he got moving around right now. If you feel me? But see, understand, Obadiah speaks of the time, that war that's about to happen, that's about to come. God versus Esau, right? Because like I said, if you go back to the Tower of Babel, what they was trying to do, make a tower to reach up, the make a war with God. So now the Edomites done took that on, right? So now, unknowns to us, because you know they'll tell us everybody in the Bible, right? They'll tell us about everybody, the Israelites, the Philistines, all these other nations. Esau, he get a little bit in the Bible. They don't talk about him too much. So you would probably think he done disappeared. You know, I'm just saying for those who not woke, those who not studying, because like he say, you gotta study to show yourself approved. So if you ain't doing that, then right now you got blinders on. You still got scales on your eyes. Now again, this ain't for most people. This is for those who understand and for those who willing to walk this walk out, man, because we need everything underneath us, every ammunition. And I ain't talking on no physical, because money and physical weapons is not going to win this warfare that we in. This is a spiritual one. It's a spiritual remnant, and I always speak about this. There's certain spirits moving around. Just look at people, how 1 minute they could be just totally okay, sane. Then when you step in a room, it's like they go haywire. It's like you just interrupt their whole way of living. And they so focused on you, they can't even eat, sleep, dookie, nothing without really seeing you or coming across as, you know. you become the center of attention for most people. You feel me? Because that demon that's in them. Because, and again, think about it. The movie Blade, right? Some of them was vampires, and some of them was what you call I can't think of the name of them, but they was working for the vampires, right? So they wasn't vampires, but they was working for the vampires. And this is why I say some people have demons and some people are just working with the demons, working for the demons, because they think they're going to get a higher rank. They think that they're going to get something better than, you know, they got something good coming for them. They got something, man, the enemy is going to use you up. It's like a job. It's like a temp agency. They're going to use you up till you no more good and then discard of you and bring in the next person. See, y'all, he's not asking for you to do nothing but be obedient, right? And if we as the children of Israel would have stuck out and was obedient and did what he had asked us to do, we wouldn't even be in the turmoil that we in. But our forefathers, they wanted to have a king. They wanted to be like the surrounding nations. And see, that's us as a people. We a peculiar people, but we got to step and set ourselves apart. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Stop trying to be with the waves. Stop trying to be with the trends. And I get it. It's not easy because when you was introduced into this world, these are the things that you was introduced to. These was the things that was given to you, the tools and the understanding. But understand, this is why he said, renew yourself, die daily to the things that you normally would do. Kill those off, renew the mind, so that way you won't sit there and be constantly thinking about that, what you don't need, you know. Because that's how the enemy plays. He plays on your thoughts. You see an old gang of people you used to hang with. They look like they having the time in their life doing something that you want to go and indulge in, but it's not for you to indulge in. He gonna get at you. He gonna try to make sure you know he hit the anger point, because we know what we came from. We know what we couldn't do. We know how we are. We know how we. But see, this person has to die, right? This person we have to completely surrender over to Yah, right? And it's a process. That's why he say do it daily. But you make the process easier when you start to already purge yourself of things that you know that ain't doing you no justice. Like the music we listen to, man. Yeah, I don't care how far you go back. If you say I listen to R&B just lustful. So now you just got a lustful spirit in you. You got the up-to-date modern music. They ain't nothing but, man, what they call drill music, kill music. Now you just got this mentality that I want to kill. They had, you know, a certain music that you listen to alters your perception. It alters you and make you become something that you're not most of the time, right? I mean, and I think I said this before in the video. I remember back in the day, like when I used to be in the streets doing things I ain't had any business doing, and I'm just being transparent right now. Because like I said, most of us who are being renewed had to come from a spot where we needed to be renewed, right? So, you know, I'm in the streets. I'm doing everything. I'm Hells on Wheels. I'm out of control, right? But I always know, like, when we would ever get into a police chase or something, or when we was about to go do the do or whatever may be in the case, yeah, we turn that music on. That certain music we turn on, it'll amp us. We probably be sitting there smoking a J. We probably be sitting there drinking. See, all these things played a part, right? So all these things was to put me in the mind frame. So once the do go down, I'm already in the zone. I'm in the mode, man. You know, I'm like I said, we literally getting chased by police. You feel me? And toting. We go. Yeah. I mean, we was just hyped, but like I said, the mind frame of me then to now, you know, and I can look back on there and say, man, I was really just lost. One, I was so eager to try to fit in. Where now I'm in my life now as a grown man, I don't care about fitting in. I don't care about doing what everybody's doing, you know. There's one person in the Bible that I pray to God that I can be close to, or just walk in the shadow. You know how Elisha asked for double portions with Elijah. You know, I mind me, I won't walk like Enoch, man. And I know he had heavy responsibilities, man, because God took him from this earth to do his will up in heaven. But just to know that you doing that will and that you doing it that prolific, that Yah said, come on, I need you to come up here. That he was able to oversee not even not just the fallen angels, because you know they came and wanted Enoch to speak on their behalf. And you know he did, but y'all say I stand where I stand. And see, that's why I say I don't understand why people want to play with y'all. Like, man, he's about what he's about. We might not have morals and principles. We might not stand on nothing or mean nothing. But see, he does. And when he says something, he mean it. And we can sit up there and keep taking this Christianity walk of life and thinking, oh, I can sit up here and say I'm about Yah, but I'm gonna sit up here and do what I want to do at the end of the day. I mean, that ain't how this thing work, man. You come to him like he said, wholeheartedly, spirit and truth. So that means you need to be following the footsteps of the Son, of Yahshua. I mean, we told so much, but when you study for yourself, it's harder to be fooled. It's harder for you just to take anything. Now, again, this is a learning process. So they ain't saying we coming out the gate knowing everything. Look, we thought we knew everything that we was being taught was right. And look at later on life, because like he said, knowledge will be increased, which it is being increased. We starting to learn things that we were supposed to learn that as children that ain't even right. So it's like, what do you do with this information? How do you apply it? Because knowledge is knowledge, but wisdom is applying it, right? See, I don't care too much for the knowledge of this world. You feel me? Like I said, if it's something that I need to know, like, you know, carpentry, stuff like that, that's going to be helpful for me, then cool. But knowing who won the football game, knowing the stats of every player, these are mediocre things that keeps us not paying attention to the Heavenly Father. People worship football on a Sunday. You feel me? They'd rather go to this football game or go to this concert or go to this and that versus being into the presence of Yah, right? That's why I say, where is the morals at? I don't care where you go in this world, right? You're going to have the doers. You're going to have the scoffers, the mockers, the naysayers, the haters. Because when you are a child of Yah, you peculiar. So you're going to draw attention and you're going to be a reproach or an offense without even being an offense. Not even opening your mouth, just your presence. Because again, the natural man don't know nothing about the spiritual. It offends. The spiritual man offends the natural. So a lot of people taking on certain remnants and certain spirits, right? So like I go back to this Jacob and Esau. Esau is all these people in position to make changes because again, whose system this is. Understand whose system you in, you feel me? I'm not giving him glory, I'm not giving him honor because Most High Yah he's still regulating. He still got all this. But yeah, you know, when the enemy, I hate saying this thing, was cast down like lightning and he came down here, what was the thesis to that? He's searching like a roaring lion who he could steal, kill, and destroy. That was more so for the children of Israel. Because if he can't alter you, if he can't get you on board, then his only mission towards you is to steal and kill and destroy. Because he know that you have a purpose. It's like, okay, let me see if I can deviate you out from the plans. Think about it, man. Like, the whole history of the dragon and the woman, right? if you understand, Caesar was a part of this system. Herod, King Herod was a part of the systems. See, kings tell you about the certain kings that they're evil. Judges tell you about the certain judges that they're evil. And then it even talks about the Antichrist spirit. Those who were consumed by this spirit against those who were about Christ, about Yahshua. See, Paul, or Saul, who was changed to Paul, he had that spirit at the time. Why? Because he was rocking with the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and they was teaching them. Yeah, he got taught the way, but with a little spice, a little twist to it. So it wasn't the true way. What we doing in Christianity? We getting taught a way, but it's not the real way. It's not the true way, because you got to go back to the root of who's really regulating this. See, think about, most of us who do know, we know Rome is that system. And I knew this before I sat and came unto Yah, before Yah brought me out of that pit, that darkness. Something that, like I said, about Catholics, something about the Rome culture, you could never get me to say, oh, I'm about to be a Catholic, Slim. I'm sorry. I just couldn't dig with it. My spirit wouldn't let me rock with it. And see, we had this misconstrued conception that children are so innocent. Nah, infants might be, but children ain't, man. And what made me think about that was with the movie Damien the Old Man. Man, some children are bred for this. You feel me? Some children are bred to worship Satan, to be in his light. You feel me? So at the end of the day, we can't sleep on nobody, because right now in these times, the enemy is using everybody and everything, from animals to children, to teenagers, to adults. Those who choose to willingly serve him, that's who he's using. And those who are blindly serving him. But see, like y'all said, you still gonna be judged. Knowingly or ignorantly, you gonna still be judged. So for all those who keep trying to avoid this situation, keep trying to dodge it, I don't want to really come to Yah because I ain't ready. I ain't ready to give up, See, he already knows your heart. Most people always say, oh, he know my heart. But do you really know your heart? You know half of the stuff that you indulging in, the stuff that you engaging in ain't right. One thing I can say, we all been told right from wrong. But see, that's how the enemy would do. He will give you the truth. Because that way, you can't say you didn't know. I don't care if it's saying I didn't know about Yah. You can't say I didn't know right from wrong. But again, some going to do it willingly and some going to do it unknowingly. But this was just on my spirit to speak of, man. Like I said, it's a lot of other stuff going on. But if anything, I'm just trying to be a watchman. But at the same time, I'm trying to encourage my brothers and sisters out there who really need it, man. Like, yeah, this is what it is. And it's like you can't go back. You gotta accept the walk. He called you. What do he say? Many are called, but few are chosen, right? I thank y'all every day that he woke me up. Yeah, it's a tornado, hurricane, twister every day. You wake up, it's something. You feel me? But at this moment, to be called, see, I equate this, and this may be way more than that, but that's like you being called, a radio station call you, you just won $1 million. Oh, you want to make sure you answer that call, don't you? This is way more important than $1 million. This is, man, your eternal living, your eternal being. See, the fool already placed in their heart and said that there ain't no God, that there ain't no heaven or no hell, this ain't this and that ain't that. That's what the fool already put in his heart. But see, a wise man knows, and a wise man has to move accordingly once you know. And now, like I said, is it easy? No, but with time it gets easier, and then with time of understanding, you know how to deal. So when I make these videos, man, I want to spark something in somebody's mind to say, man, oh, let me go, think. Let me go do a little bit of research. Let me go dig, because like I said, as a child, that's just always how I've been. Even with my teachers, like most of my teachers tell you, man, I might have been a goofball at times, but I'm still paying attention. I'm still being observant. Like I said, that could be a gift and a curse in itself. You see what you see, you know what you know. And what Proverbs said, a man filled with enough knowledge and wisdom, man, you kind of feel you end up a loner, because it's like the things that you know can separate you so much from people. Now, when you find a like-minded individual, boy, you feel like you struck gold. You feel like you found treasure. And what I think it's something else that probably would say about the man who found the field that had the treasure bear. He sold everything to buy this field. See, when you find you willing to give up everything, man, everything in this world system, everything, because you found treasure. Man, when I came into this understanding, he gave it to me, man. He gave me his truth. I said, man, look, I struck gold here. It might not be popular with most people, but that is what it is. You feel me? Like I said, I can talk about a lot. I can speak on a lot right now. Like even growing up in the church, it seemed like at that era, I mean, that was more of the church age. Everybody was acceptable to Yah. Everybody was acceptable to going to church. This was not too many homes on a block where it was a grandma making sure her grandchildren or her children, whatever may be the case, was going. Now look at what we had now. It's almost like I say the end of a church age. But see, the church was never the building. The church was the congregation of those who were true believers. So I don't need a building to hold church. I understand that this temple, which Yah has blessed me to have, I need to treat it more better. See, and even those on the east side, even those on that side know how prolific and how detrimental it is. I hope I'm using that word right. How needed it is that you take care of your body, right? But see, then again, I can't say that, because you got these demons of lust that come through, right? And fornication, what y'all saying, that is you basically doing harm to your own body. Everything else is outside. That is harm to your body when you fornicating, when you doing things of that nature, right? Or drugs, whatever may be the case. And like I said, I'm always transparent, and I try to be honest. Y'all willing, he take away my bad habits. But we really gotta walk this thing out, brothers and sisters. I prayfully that he gathered us like he said he will. I mean, I know he will, because I just hope I see it in my lifetime, put it like that the gathering. Because that's going to be something amazing, man, just to have a community of like-minded individuals, to have people around that really get the whole understanding. Because when I think about it, like I said, if you go back to the time of Noah, man, that's almost all the world. Why you think that flood had to come, man? All the world was underneath the thumb, underneath the beast system. What is happening now? Same thing. Just we got a little bit more Noahs now than we had back then. And I don't think it's a flood that's going to come. And the flood that's hit, this is going to be one we ain't never seen before. But, I've been having visions and little dreams here and there. And like I said, I'm not the one to really speak on that, because I'm not quite sure if that's the office that I really do walk in. But, just the things that I've seen to come. And it's not, again, not fear tactics. It's more preparation. We sitting here still in this lullaby, American dream, rock to sleep position, while those in power are doing everything in their will to get themselves prepared. Because again, that battle that's coming against Esau, God and Esau, why you think they was trying to build a tower? They wanted to get off this planet. They think if they can get off this planet, they can get away from Yah, you know. So their whole thing, let's get off this earth, go to another place. Let's go out in space. Let's get off their property. And we got to think of that way too as the children of Israel. We behind enemy lines every day. Because at the end of the day, we allowing y'all to govern. That's what he is doing. But you got to take into account that you doing this on soil that, when it was introduced to us, oh, this was a God-fearing nation. Now they can care less about y'all. If they was, like I said, the God they was talking about maybe was never Yah. We was always deceived, bamboozled. But man, study, folks. Read them words, man. And like I always say, man, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always willing to do a Bible study. I'm always willing to, give what knowledge I have or understanding I have, because that's what I feel like y'all put me for. I am not here to go be a scholar of this word and go through the scriptures and go through other books that's prolific to the word to hold this in. That's why I get up here, and when the spirit is in me to move, I move, and I try to, partake in it or engage the audience that I do have on here, those who do, watch my videos, which I thank y'all. Like I said, man, I just want to do the will of y'all. That's it. I just want to do the will of my Father. I want to be about my Father's business. My life is good done. Kaput. It's gone. You feel me? He said it all. The man who loses life for this world's sake, he gains it. But the one who tried to save his life for this world's sake, he's gonna lose it. Ain't nothing in this world, man. Like I said, it's keeping me from wanting to embrace Yah. But like I said, until he ready for me to come home and he got this work for me to do, I'm gonna do it. And no, I'm not like I said, other content creators. I don't get up here every day. I don't have something every day. But if it's in my spirit, if this something that picks up, because at the end of the day, I still got to make sure I feed my family. A man who don't eat, a man don't work, don't eat. So I still got to do that. But I will make sure I give my time to Yah, because he deserve it. If I can give all my time to him, I give it to him. And don't get me wrong, because it's not saying I don't have faith that he will provide, because I remember when I was out of work for some years, and he provided, But I do want to move wisely as well. So I just want to give a couple of shout outs, maybe some people on here that y'all might can go follow and look into, man. Like I said, these people has been very prolific with my walk and helping me understand a lot. Got my man Brother Works. That's Revelations of Jesus Christ Ministries. Brother Watchman and Sister Deborah. That is Online Church Ministries. We got, see, who else? Most people should know about Stephen Darby. Darby, that was man. That's a prolific man right there. Like the knowledge that he had. To me, I would say it was way before his time, but he partook. He really gave some good information, man, that I really feel like needed to be dissected and digest properly. um, we got the nation of Israel. That's a brotherhood, sisterhood. That's a people that's forming their own entity, their own nation. I mean, and it's a nation under Yah. I mean, I think y'all, if you haven't, it's y'allwillgatherus.com. If y'all can check them out. I mean, they trying to build some things, but we need the bodies, we need the numbers, we need the people who's gonna willing to put in the footwork, who got ideas. So I mean, I really suggest them, especially if you out there and like you said, you really looking for like-minded individuals to build on. You know, check them out, man. Uh, Even though my brother blocked me, I ain't mad at him. Like I said, I still get some good information and knowledge from him. We all got our own walk and own beliefs and things, right? But brother New Breed, Global Truth, um, he's a real powerful brother, man. And like I said, I give all these people high regards, for doing the will of Yah, walking in the call, and just doing what need to be done right now in these times, man. This ain't time for us to streak back. This ain't time for us to move in error right now. You feel me? No, it ain't. It ain't the easiest thing to do. And I don't want to keep stressing that as though to make it seem like it's not, because in the start, it's not. We human. And when you battling the flesh and you battling with the spirit, those two things intertangled, it makes it very hard. And like I always tell people, man, the first battle that you gotta go up against in this walk is yourself. Because at the end of the day, your spirit, which need to be fed, and depending on what you're feeding it, how you're feeding it, needs to be strengthened. And I do, like I said, my Bible studies with my children, and then like I explained to them, if I constantly consume myself of this world, the music, the movies, the parties, the rituals that we really don't understand that we partaking in, I'm becoming a portal. And even the Lord said that we are portals here on earth. You could be used for good or you could be used for evil. It's just all depending on what you indulge in there. So I say feed yourself the spirit food. For this is what Yah told the devil when he took him on the high mountain. Man don't live by bread alone. He lives by the word of Yah. And if you're not feeding yourself this word of Yah, then you're starving your spirit man. And how can your spirit man gain strength if you ain't feeding it? Understand, you're going to have so much that's going to come against you walking this walk. Look at Elijah. This was one of the most, he was, man, you asked me top prophet, you feel me? Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't taking nothing from the rest of the prophet, but he had to be for Yah to just take him up, He's like, I still got some stuff for you, you feel me? But he was a mighty prophet, right? And when he had to go up against the prophet of Baal, see, he actually had to go up against 800 men, maybe more. One man, 800. Understand the significance in that. 8 people, a whole world. Y'all don't need that many people to do his will. He don't need that many people. He just need those who are willing. You feel me? So, even with Elijah, he had a moment of fear. Because when Jezebel said, I'm going to kill you, what he do? So like I said, you're going to fight this flesh no matter how much you try to think you in a position not to. You're going to have your days. That's all I'm saying. Even those who are in position, it's apostles, whatever, you going to go through. Especially if you really, really about Yah. And depending on the portion, depending on what you really walking in. You know, depending on like what office you walk in, because some people are walking in more than one calling. The more offices or calling that's on your life, the more you gonna endure and go through. Because just like I said, the enemy see what Yah has in store for you. The enemy sees what he wants to do for you. Now, did he know all the plans of Yah? Nah. But again, this was the first angel. So, you know, he was there. He was rocking with Yah in the beginning. So now what they say, a master don't show his teacher, he don't show his students all his tricks. But he show them enough, right? So the enemy kind of knows how the Most High move. It's just a mystery to us right now. And until we line ourselves up, those parables that we read in that Bible, it's gonna always be just what they are, parables. Because like he said, my sheep, my children know my voice. They understand it. And see, that's what we gotta understand too. Know it when the Holy Spirit is giving us revelation versus ourselves. Because like he said, don't lean on that, I don't understand it. And what we've been doing for many years versus letting the Holy Spirit give us understanding about a lot of the biblical knowledge, a lot of time we try to put it in our own perspective. So I just wanted to come and say that, man, y'all have a blessed one. And y'all be safe out here. Stay prayed up. Shalom.